Just want to know what's going on.
What's going on is I've got a shop to open and I don't need all these questions.
Well, Scott told you he had an accident. I know that was a lie. Roy hit him.
Well, obviously he didn't want me worrying.
About what?
Well, lads that age, they can scrap over anything. Whatever it was, it's all right now, so that's an end to it.
And Kelly didn't know anything about it either.
Which is obviously the way they want it. Why can't you just leave it alone?
Because I know there's something more to it than what you're saying.
Oh, Emily, didn't expect you in today. I know how upset you were about the report.
Better to have some work to do.
Oh, well, that's good of you. But if you do feel that you want some time off, all you got to do is ask. Papers are ready.
Oh, thanks, Mrs. Windsor.
And you can remind Jack Sugden that his paper bill is well overdue. I don't want to seem unsympathetic, but I have got a business to run.
It's his farm sale today. If we wait till after, then he might have a bit more money.
It's all right, Mum. I'll take this round for you.
There's talk of compensation.
No surprises. That was always part of my calculations.
And did you calculate how much they might cost the company?
It's hard to do these days. Seems to me when you allow for legal costs and bad publicity, probably be better to settle out of court.
My sentiments entirely. And this might be a good time to open negotiations.
As long as it's done with sympathy and tact.
Of course. There was something else I wanted to ask you. I tried talking to Tara about investments, but she's never interested in anything but the stud farm.
Well, she's very single-minded.
Perhaps, but just for a moment I started to wonder if her fortune is a bit less than she'd like us to believe.
Tara is going to be a very rich woman, Chris. You can take my word on that.
I was just curious why the delay on the deal and...
Tara is Laura.
Hey, found this one on the back barn. Reckon if I clean it up, might fetch a few quid.
Thanks, Mark. Hey, this was your dad's.
All right. Well, I'm sure he'd want you to sell it with rest of stuff. It's not going to do him much good in a bar and a Ibiza, is it?
Is he happy out there?
Yeah. Seems to be.
Well, maybe he got out at the right time. It's hard to scrape a living from the land these days. Sometimes I wonder why I keep trying.
Because it's in your blood.
Well, I'm really grateful to you lads for helping me out.
Least we can do. How much you need to raise, anyway?
As much as I can. I mean, I'm dreading the legal bills coming in, but if that's what it takes to get custody of my kids, I'm going to have to go through with it.
Busy?
Yeah, well, you can grab a brush out my scrub if you want.
I was hoping we could get together in the holidays, but I suppose you'll be working up here.
I don't know, I haven't made any firm plans yet.
You do still want to see me. Go out with me, don't you, Mark?
Yeah, of course I do. I've just got a lot of things on my mind. I mean, I'm only working part-time at the Woolly, and I'm just helping Jack out. And neither of them are proper jobs. And I got my parents on at me to resit my exams.
Is that what you want?
Well, exams aren't that important, you know. Look at Roy. He's got a partner in his own business now.
Don't seem to be making him very happy. Caught him and Scott having a right bust up the other night. I know something's going on. It's like when Kelly tried to kill herself. Treat me like a kid. They don't tell me anything.
Well, you asked Roy?
Not yet.
Well, you're probably making a mountain out of a molehill. But Roy's a decent bloke, he'll tell you.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, that wasn't a report. That were a whitewash.
You're right, Betty. There's 4 people dead. That has to be somebody's fault.
Yeah, and we all know who's to blame. I think you have been very brave, Emily. And if you want to tell the Tates that this isn't the end of it, you know you've got the whole village behind you.
I don't see how there ever can be an end of it for me. I'm never going to stop missing Butch, whatever anybody does.
The Tate should be made to pay. At least that way we'd feel as though some justice is being done. Isn't that what we fought an election for?
Unfortunately, politics is just the art of the possible. As a councillor, my influence is limited, and refuse collection and community charges are hardly adequate weapons of vengeance.
So what you're saying is nothing can be done?
I wish there were.
I knew he'd be useless.
He was trying to help Mrs. Windsor. Everyone is. Only somehow it just seems to make it worse.
Maybe you've come back to work too soon. Maybe you should have a little time on your own just to think this all through.
It's silly, isn't it? I keep thinking if only I could ask Butch, he'd help me make the right choice.
You never seemed that involved in the business side of things when you were here before.
Oh, Laura's a very capable woman. But I thought it was time for me to take on a more active role. Especially now my divorce is settled. It'd be criminal not to put all that money to good use.
Very sensible. Money attracts money. If you make the right decisions now, you'll reap the benefits for the rest of your life.
Sorry to interrupt. Messenger just arrived with this. I know you've been waiting on it.
Thanks, Terry. I'll give you a call when I need you. You might be interested in this yourself. I asked Richie to give me a rundown on potential markets, strategies and profits. Looks like he's done a very thorough job.
Well, why would I be interested?
It's really going to grow over the next few years. Now's the time to invest.
I think I'd rather stick with something I know.
But I'm cautious myself, which is why I asked for these reports. I could let you have copies.
I've told you, I'm not interested at the moment. I came here to talk about the stud farm, nothing else.
As you wish.
You could have killed Scott, you know.
Look, what happened again? I lost my temper. I'm sorry.
Everyone's pretending it didn't happen at all. They won't talk to me about it.
It's for the best.
Now you're treating me like a child too. It's not fair. I know something's going on. I know you're hiding something. Please, Roy. I've got a right to know.
OK. Look, just not here, OK? I've got to help Jack. This sale means a lot to him. Pop by to cottage later. I'll have a chat with you, OK? All right, Jack.
Oh, no, not really. I hate having to sell all this stuff, but I need the money.
Well, I suppose if it gets to divorce, you're going to need money for lawyers, aren't you?
I will if I want to keep me kids.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. Can't say I've had much faith in law since I got sent down.
No, me neither. But I might not have any other options.
Right then, let's get this sale moving. What do you want to do?
Well, there's still some heavy stuff in the back barn. Mark will need a hand shifting that.
Right, mate.
Do you think I should make a compensation claim for me and Victoria?
Eh?
Well, the Tate should pay somehow, and the money would help us start up a new life.
Me and Chris are going into business together. How's he going to feel if you're suing him?
I want to have my kids around me. We need to have a bigger place.
Yeah, and when the business takes off, I'll be earning enough money to afford one. Let's not do anything to jeopardise that.
OK. I won't go for compensation as long as I'm sure you really want the kids.
I know how important it is to you.
There's room for Victoria here now. She could move in when they got back from Spain.
Jack might have a few things to say.
A girl of that age should be with her mother. Anyone can see that.
And I'm sure he can, if we let the dust settle. Look, everything's going to be just how you want it. We just need to be patient a little longer, that's all.
Ready for sale of the century? Yeah, if I start bidding for a tractor, remind me I'm only there to help Jack. I doubt you'll need reminding. You seem to spend your whole life worrying about other people's problems. Not anymore. I'm stopping the whole campaign. What's brought this on? Chris reckons it's a way of hiding from my own problems. Oh, you don't want to pay any attention to what Chris Tate says. He's hardly an expert in personal relationships. I think he might be right this time. You know, when I think about what happened between me and Graham, I'm not sure I'd be able to trust any man again. It's easy to just shut it out of my mind.
You after at farm sale?
Yeah, you'd be all right looking after things here.
Of course I will. Oh, I don't want any more rubbish in the house, but shove this in the pot for me, would you?
I saw your front car. I was worried about you.
I just wanted to be with him.
I'd like to stay, but Mr. Pollard needs me to go to the farm sale in case there's anything heavy.
You best go with him. It's all right. You shouldn't keep him waiting. It's rude.
Come on!
What am I going to do now, Butch? Please help me.
Chris is starting to ask awkward questions about your finances.
That could be very inconvenient. You'd better find some way of reassuring him.
Well, that's exactly what I have been doing. But it won't work much longer if he doesn't see some money soon.
It's not my fault Michael's being obstructive about the settlement.
I've put my reputation on the line for you.
Well, maybe you should be working a little harder on bending Michael's arm.
Well, you know how long these things can take. Look, maybe I better go to Monaco myself, see if I can hurry things up a bit. At least while I'm out of the country, Chris won't be able to keep pestering me.
Sounds like a good idea. I'd certainly be very grateful.
Yeah, you bet you will. And remember, we're not talking standard charges.
Car's ready, boss. Where are we off to?
The Dingles.
Oh, not going to be too popular there.
I always find I'm more welcome when I bring my checkbook.
Well, why have you waited till now to offer them money? Is your conscience bothering you?
Not at all. If I'd done it sooner, it could be taken to imply guilt. Now we've been cleared by the report, it can be seen as a generous gesture.
Well, I reckon you're going to find that there are some things money can't buy.
That's a myth put about by the poor to make their lives seem more bearable. The only thing that money can't buy is everlasting life. Once the scientists thought that out, I'd recommend it as an investment.
What are these?
They're sheep brushes. It's just the bristles have worn out, but I expect you can get them restrung.
They're Scotch hands, Mark.
Hey?
They use them to shape the butter when they still made it on the farms.
Not much from a salesman, am I?
Never mind, I'll buy them. Shall we say a tenner for the lot?
Oh, great.
Alan, I know you were looking for horse presses.
Oh, yeah.
Should be some in here somewhere, just a case of sifting through the rubbish.
Pick that up, Sam. Right. Tenner seems to be the going rate.
What, for all that lot?
It's junk. I'm doing Jack a favour.
Yeah, well, junk has a funny way of turning itself into priceless antiques in your hands. 50 quid, or Sam can put it all back.
Hey, I've been working with this stuff all my life. I think I know the market better than you. I'll call it 20.
Eric, read my lips. £50 or sling your hook.
It's daylight robbery. I don't have to put up with this, you know, if I wasn't feeling charitable.
I thought you said the cheese press were worth more than that.
Shut up. Get the car loaded. Oh.
Nice one, Roy.
I'm just getting warmed up, mate.
Jack? Jack! Jack, come on. Come on.
What do you think that is?
An old motorbike and sidecar.
It's a Dalesman Roadster, 1935. They only made 60 of them.
Well, it's been there for more than a few years. It's probably nothing but rust now.
I remember as a boy seeing a beautiful lady in the sidecar, her beau riding the motorbike, and oh, they looked a picture of elegance.
You feeling all right, Alan?
Well, I will do, if you let me give her a proper home.
What, you mean you want to buy it? Okay, call it 50?
Oh, no. Good heavens, I wouldn't insult her with that. No, I insist you have at least £500.
Oh, well, there's other junk in the other barns, if you want to look at that too.
Oh, thank you. You've any idea how long I've waited for this moment? Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to be alone with her.
Hello, Emily. I hope we're not disturbing.
I suppose we should have fixed an appointment, but that would have seemed far too formal.
What do you want?
I know it's been a difficult few months for all of us. And I'd like to find a way to forget the past and carry on. Perhaps Mrs. Dingle would prefer to discuss this in private.
Suits me.
This is really just between the two of us. But I'm certain we can sort it out.
How's it going?
Oh, brilliant. I'm really grateful to everyone for buying so much.
Have you seen Alan? And he said he'd give us a lift back.
Yeah, he's through there somewhere.
I wonder if he's bought much. Oh, he was going on about horse brasses, something to hang in the bar.
So beautiful. I can't believe you've been treated so badly. That's all behind you now.
Sly old dog.
I'll take care.
I thought they'd nip this one in the bud before he starts
Treat
making
you the
rash
way you
promises to
deserve.
some floozy.
We'll go everywhere together, believe me.
Oh, it's a bike.
Look what I've just bought.
Well, you're not bringing that thing home. There'll be oil everywhere.
No, Jack's going to keep her for me until I can find a workplace for the restoration.
That's a relief. You ready to come back to the Woolly?
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm going to open a bottle of champagne when we get there. Farewell. Passing is such sweet sorrow.
You're looking extraordinarily pleased with yourself, Alan.
Oh, why shouldn't I? I've just become the proud owner of a 1935 Dalesman Roadster.
Do you know, people will pay a fortune for one of those.
Not this one, they won't.
No, but you don't seem to realise the investment opportunity we've got here. With my expert contacts, we could restore it and make a fortune.
I'd never sell her. She's not an investment, she's a dream I've had for years. And one day we'll take to the open road and we'll relive the days when British motorcycles were the finest in the world.
He's in love, Eric. You're wasting your time.
You're still a young woman with most of your life ahead of you. I'd like to do what I can to make it a happy life.
My chance of happiness died with Butch.
Well, I know you feel like that now, but living in the past can only make things worse for you. So I'd like to help you make a fresh start.
I don't understand.
The report exonerated my company, but that doesn't stop me feeling a sense of responsibility towards the community. I know that there are people advising you to take civil action.
I'm not.
So I'm prepared to make a settlement now. Shall we say, 2,000?
What?
Well, if it went to court, Butcher's potential earnings would be taken into consideration. It wasn't exactly a high flyer. But I'm prepared to go to 3,000.
I never asked for your money.
I thought that's what we
You
were
thought? You don't understand me. You don't understand anything.
Emily, what's wrong?
He thought he could pay for Butch's death.
Terry, you've got no right to come in here upsetting Emily like this.
What's up? Time we left.
Too right.
For a trip.
Oh, don't go after him, Emily. He's not worth it.
No, Sam, I'm the one that's not worth it.
What are you talking about?
I've let Butch down.
Now, I want you all to join me in a toast to a great day.
As long as you don't have to listen to you singing the praises of that bike again, Alan. Yes, you can't have too much of a good thing, you know.
That should be me buying the drinks. I'm really grateful to all of you.
Keep your money in your pocket, Jack, or you'll be spending all your profit. In fact, you can come and have a quiet drink with me in the back room later.
I wish I could offer you a glass, Donna, but I'm afraid you've got a few years to wait before you can enjoy the glories of the great.
It's all right, Mr. Turner. I just came to find Roy. You said you'd talk to me. You promised.
Yeah, okay.
See you later.
I'm not upset. I'm angry with myself.
But none of it's your fault.
Oh, ain't it? I've always been a good girl. Always done what the Bible told me, what my father said.
And you are good. And kind and lovely.
That didn't stop Butch being taken from me, did it? And even then I waited. I waited for that report to bring me justice, and that let me down too.
It shouldn't have been like that.
Sometimes, if you want something bad enough, you've got to go and get it for yourself. I had the man who killed Butch right in front of me. I should have taken my chance.
What are you saying?
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. That's in the Bible too. I'm not letting Butch down this time.
Oi, where do you think you were going? I've just got dinner.
I've got to catch up with Emily.
Not till you've had your chicken tandoori.
I ain't got time.
Oh, well. More for me.
There's always been secrets in our family. The way Kel's mum died, what went wrong between Mum and Dad, her and Terry.
Yeah, and it's been going on a long time, Donna.
Kel tried to commit suicide. You and Scott fighting. No one will ever talk to me about any of it. It's like you all think I'm too young to understand.
Look, it's not that, Donna. It's just that sometimes you can ask a question and end up wishing you never heard the answer.
I'm not a baby anymore. I don't need protecting from the truth.
Maybe it's not you we're trying to protect. Look, I hate all the secrets too, Donna. They almost drove Kelly to her death.
You're not going to tell me, are you?
Because it won't take much to push Kelly over the edge again. Look, there's some secrets that are just best laid to rest, Donna. I wish I'd never found out. Emily, this is stupid! Emily, you can't do this!
You're not going to stop me, Sam! I'm doing it for Butch!
Well, this isn't the way! Look, he's always got Terry with him on. He just phone the police. You'll get yourself arrested.
I don't care! I want him to suffer the way he's made me!
You going to jail won't hurt Chris Tate. He don't care for the likes of us. He don't care for anyone.
That's Emily and Sam.
She had a chance, she was too stupid to take it. Now you drive on.
I should have killed him when I had the chance!
Come home, Emily!
What have I got to go home for? Butch in there, he's rotting in his grave, and I can't touch them that put him there!
I miss him and all, you know. He was my brother. I'm not going to let things lie either.
What can you do?
I can make you a promise. On Butcher's grave, that them that killed him will be made to pay. I know I'm not as clever as some, but I know what needs to be done. I'll make them suffer. I'll find a way. They'll be sorry for what they did.